Good evening, my friend, and welcome to the Irish Hills of Michigan, where we get ready for heat race number 2 for the XCAL 400 likes on Facebook super event. That event will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. with a $325 purse. Let me welcome you into the broadcast booth with me. My name is PDJ Zeller. This is Telesign TV, brought to you by the ever so wonderful cameraman Tanner Kalin as we get ready here for heat race number 2. Let me take you through heat race number 1. Here's the deal with these heat races. The top 10 in each heat race transfers. Here are the 10 cars that already transferred from heat race number 1. That would be Kenny Tripp, John Kraft, Derek Colson, Nick Ludige, Tyler Batchelder, Sean Dobson, Octavio Rondoletto, Noah Carpenter, Ron Walters, and Arthur Hendren. 10 more will be added to the feature events field, and this one right here. In this race, you will likely see one pit stop. These guys will need to come down pit road unless they get 4 or more cautions to get gas. You probably won't see 4 more cautions, and if you do, this race will not be one to member, let me tell you what. We're going for 25 laps here around the 2-mile-long Michigan International Speedway. This is the old Michigan Speedway, so the asphalt's a little bit more rough, and it is a little bit more unpredictable. One of the big storylines to follow here is the first lap or two when the tires are cold. These cars do get pretty loose coming off of turns 2 and turns 4 and in the middle of the corner, so keep an eye on some drivers getting loose in the corner. That could be a real big issue here. We saw that be an issue in the last heat race with a few guys. We currently have 43 drivers set to take the green flag in this one, and as of those 43, 42 of them are still in the session, so big race this week for the XCAL Racing League. Lots of guys know about it. Lots of guys coming and trying to qualify. This one should be a doozy for sure. As we get ready to take the grid, the guys will be gridding in about 30 seconds, and when they do that, I will take you down through the field. We have a lot of guys that were in the last heat race, and on the other hand, we have a lot of guys who weren't in that heat race, so should be a fun one. Certainly, that last one, we saw a little bit of everything. We saw 4-wide racing for the lead, come down to late pitch strategy, some guys wrecking on the last lap to get moved out of a transfer spot. The first heat race really was a treat, and my friend, let me tell you what, the second one should not disappoint you one bit whatsoever, as the last few guys get their qualifying laps in and get their final little bit of practice here to find out what these cars are going to do as they go at it for 25 laps, in which we'll be taking 10 to tomorrow's big feature event. This is a big race XCAL's having this week with a $325 purse. The biggest race in the history of XCAL racing as far as purse size goes. If we're talking about quality of the event and expectations, I don't think this event's quite there for XCAL, but purse-wise, this is up there. And if these drivers put on a good show, there's no reason this can't be an all-timer for XCAL. Let me take you through the starting grid. On pole position in the number 18 machine is the Droppin' Bombs car of Steven Rex. On his outside in the number 22 is Carlos Ruiz. In third in the number 99 is the Droppin' Bombs car, the other one, the 99 of Tyler McRae. And in fourth is the number 31 of Darren Threewitt. In fifth is the number 16 of Diego Romero Ruiz, and in sixth is the 26 of Clinus LaBeouf. In seventh is the 39 of Todd Rempfer, and in eighth is the number 7 of Jeff Edgar. In ninth is the number 3 of Rob Shaw, and in 10th is the 222 of Dennis Wilder Jr. In 11th is the 27 of Sean Langston. In 12th is the 12 of Jim Massey. In 13th is the 14 of Thomas Hounahan. In 14th is the number 48 of Jordan Babinger. In 15th is the 333 of Lindsey Lyles. In 16th is the number 66, fan favorite and tomorrow's in-car reporter, Paul Coleman. In 17th is the number 29 of Kenneth Carbonell. In 18th is the number 36 of Pedro Luis. In 19th is the 75 of Scott Simpson, and in 20th is James N. Bazin in the 8. In 21st is the number 33 of Aiden McConaughey. In 22nd is the number 82 of Alex Gangler. In 23rd is the 84 of Ryan Soper. In 24th is the 86 of Jeremy Leto. And in 25th is the 13 of Darren Snyder. In 26th is the 04 of Tyler Jalbert. In 27th is the 454 of Luke Turpin. 28th is the 17 of Heather Patrick. 29th is the 51 of Jonathan Langham. And rounding out your top 30 is the 74 of Rafael Sempruch. In 31st is the 162 of Brian Holman. In 32nd is the 24 of Kendrick Crayer. In 33rd is the 20 of Jose Gaudeno. And in 34th is the 4 of Brad Galogly. In 35th is the 88 of Eric Bergdorf. In 36th is the 83 of Timothy Skillman. In 37th is the number 2 of Benjamin Eaton. And in 38th is the 062 of Johnny B. In 39th is the 71 of Michael Brisson. In 40th is the number 43 of Richard Giamatti. In 41st is the 113 of Danny Chandler. And in 42nd is Jason McMullen in the 79. And finally, rounding out your field, starting in the 43rd position, will be the number 46 of Matthew Baer. 43 cars take the green flag, 10 will transfer to the main event. This one should be a doozy for sure. We got them all lined up coming off turn 2. This field will go on green. This is a fixed setup event. Normally XCAL's open setup. For the sake of this being a 400 like race on Facebook and we're at a big track, we put what we call a restrictor plate on. And what that has led to is a 2nd through 38th all qualified within 4/10 of each other. So everyone's running right about the same speed. It's pretty much a crapshoot where you're going to start. They bring them down the backstretch this time. The rules are the leader must go on green and there's no passing or changing lanes before the start-finish line. That should create a nice smooth start here, and hopefully everyone knows these cars are going to be a little loosey-goosey on them first 2 laps and take it easy. Race control, Aaron Hillbush has given the drivers their last few commands before we let them rip and see what they got. Not very tight at the front of the pack right now. I'm sure he's yelling at them about that. And the drivers come off turn 4. Field is now in the hands of the number 18 of Steven Rex to his outside, Carlos Ruiz. Let's see what's going to go down in heat number 2. 10 move on to the big show tomorrow. Here we go. Pace car pulls off. Field in the hands of Rex. This time by, and the green flag's in the air. They're off and away. Rex with a good jump on the inside. He looks like he's going to clear the outside line of Ruiz at the stripe. His teammate Tyler McRae pulls right up to his bumper. Expect McRae just to kind of pull into line here and help his teammate get a good run here down into 1. They race down into corner number 1, and it is still Rex leading on the outside. The battle for second is that 22 of Ruiz. Ruiz's teammate, Diego Romero, is pulled into 4th. So we got 2 different teams here. These top 4 cars all run pretty much every XCAL event. That's dropping bombs racing on the inside, and on the outside you got the Amigos, as they call themselves. As actually just one of the Amigos is on the outside right now, but you can expect to see that 18 of Diego Romero Ruiz to jump up there probably pretty soon as well. Here they race through 3 and 4. The battle is for second. As Steven Rex continues to lead, Steven Rex gets loose, and the wrecking behind him. That should bring out the caution. Jim Massey is wrecked. Now they all start to pile up, and that is definitely going to be a caution. I see Gangler in it, and that'll be the first caution of the event. Pretty much the same place that happened in the last one, too. I do know that all started with the 12 car of Jim Massey, so we'll see what happened there. All right, so it looks like Jim Massey was running in the 12th position, and yep, he just went into the corner, and like I said, these cars get loose, and they did get loose for Jim Massey. He ended up getting loose, came all the way down in the quarter panel of Paul Coleman. Then Massey just came up the track right into Jordan Babinger, and it was just kind of on from there. Babinger ended up coming down the racetrack in front of a few guys. Oh, he came right in front of the 13 and the 454, and that is just very unfortunate. That caused more cars that didn't need to wreck to get involved in that one. Looks like Darren Snyder, he sustained some pretty serious damage in that one. And yeah, it looks like 66 of Paul Coleman. He was able to save that car. Good save there, tomorrow's in-car reporter, Paul Coleman. That was just an unfortunate one there. I have to say, I do wish the 48 of Babinger did a better job keeping that car up the wall, but I know in the heat of the moment, probably frustrated he was wrecked, and that car probably was loose too. He might not have had a lot of control and spun down the track. That did take out some good cars, though, like Darren Snyder and the 454 of Turpin, whose damage is looking pretty rough right now. So Jim Massey will receive the black flag for that one. We'll see some of the leaders come down pit road. Unless we have a lot of cautions, this should not be within the pit window, so not surprised that a lot of the front runners stayed out. Caution laps have been pretty short this weekend so far, we've learned. Whenever we do the admin administrated cautions at Michigan, we typically only have to run about 3 laps under yellows, so not too bad. Not too bad at all from what I've seen in the past at these tracks. As I take a moment to catch my breath, I will take you through the top 10 momentarily as we have had our first caution of the race occur in corner number 3 on lap 1. And You know, I told you, my friend. That's where it was going to happen. That first lap coming out of 4 is where those cars get loose. The 12 of Massey got loose in the middle of the corner. That's also another place. But if you're not careful and you just aren't paying attention, these cars will jump out from under you. And that's exactly what happened to Jim Massey there to bring up the first caution. Alright, so now that I'm all good and caught up, here is the top 10 as they run. In first is Steven Rex, in second is Carlos Ruiz, in third is Tyler McRae, in fourth is Diego Romero Ruiz, in fifth is Clinus LaBeouf, in sixth is Darren Three-Witt, in seventh is Todd Rempfer, in eighth is Rob Shaw, in ninth is Jeff Edgar, and rounding out your top 10 is Sean Langdon. The cars that are looking for them transfer spots, the next 5 out, would be 11th place Dennis Wilder Jr., 12th Thomas Hounahan, 13th Lindsey Lyles, 14th Kenneth Carbonell, and 15th Paul Coleman Jr. This time by the stripe, they should be getting 1 to green. As the lights on the pace car do go off, these guys will start doubling up and get ready to go at it once again. This is where we saw a nice little run last time in heat race number 1. We had that first caution, then we got about 5 laps and a green flag before we saw the next big wreck. I'm expecting something around those lines here again. There is still a lot of cars in the lead lap. Let me go look. There's still 33 cars on the lead lap and about 38 on the racetrack, so another big one does kind of seem inevitable here, but let's see what we end up with as we get ready to go green. Once again, it will be Rex on the inside, bringing the field down. Not sure what Diego's doing right there on the outside. He needs to get that car in the line. And he does. I'm sure Hillbush gave him an earful. Guy to keep an eye on. Keep an eye on that 5th place car right now, the 26 of Clinus LaBeouf. I've watched him race the last few weeks. He's a real smooth driver, can hold a good wheel, gets a good draft run. I think that keep an eye on him here to shake it up and maybe shake up those 2 teams that are dominating. Because as you see, first and third have the same paint scheme, as do second and fourth. As I've said, those are 2 different teams right there. And someone needs to get up there and shake it up with them and maybe move the teammates away from each other. Also keep an eye on that 31 of Three-Witt. I watched him have problems with the car being loose on that first lap. Let's see if maybe he gets loose again. That could be an issue. So here we go. Pace car brings the drivers off turn 4 before he turns the field to Steven Rex's hands. Pace car pulls off and the field is now in Rex's hands. Rex brings him down. He's waiting on the starter to display that green flag to him. It's displayed. Green flag in the air. They're down and away, and the outside lane did not go. Ruiz must have missed the shift there as the dropping bombs cars on the inside get all the run, and they are underway. It is going to be Rex with the lead. Rex leads him down into corner number 1, closely followed behind by his teammate Tyler McRae. Here comes Ruiz back on the outside, fighting back for his spot. Oh, we have a real slow car in the back of the pack. I didn't get to catch a number on that car, but someone was having big issues. As now I see the 454 of Luke Turpin making it 3 wide at the back of the pack. Turpin trying to make his way up front with a damaged race car, just like he did in Heat 1. We'll see what Turpin does here. Up front, it's Rex continuing to lead. Here comes the 22 of Ruiz. Ruiz pulls right up to the bumper of Rex. Where will Ruiz look to make his move? He makes his move now. He jumps to the outside. Ruiz trying to get that position away from the 18 car. Here they battle off turn 4. Who's going to lead the first lap back to the flag stand? It's going to be Carlos Ruiz by about a bumper. Ruiz leads that one, followed closely behind his teammate, Diego Romero Ruiz. And on the inside, you have the 2 teammates of Rex and McRae. Lots of teamwork going on up here with Clinus LaBeouf being the odd man out in 5th. The next car on the outside line is that bright green car. I believe that is Todd Rempfer. So Rempfer brings up the outside as the kind of odd man out right now. As we have a car squirrely down the inside. They're 4 wide. That looks like it was Clinus LaBeouf. LaBeouf had some sort of issue. He's going to get his car safely back in line. No harm, no foul. They'll keep him going here. 3 wide into turn number 3 for about the 6th position. On the inside, that's Sean Langston. On his outside is Jeff Edgar. Now they go 4 wide. Oh me, oh my. This did not work well last time. Let's see how it goes here. Langston keeps that car down low, and it looks like they're all going to survive this time. Barely. They're still 4 wide. These boys came to play. They know the top 10 transfer, and every spot is valuable here. As Edgar makes a little contact now with Rempfer. Edgar and Rempfer get at it, and Rempfer's going to wreck. Hard wreck with Rempfer. Caution's going to fly. Those cars need to keep it locked up, and Rempfer just did not. And that is going to bring out the caution, although it looks like there's only about 2 or 3 guys in that one, so it could have been a lot worse there. And we're going to see what happened. That all started with the 39 of Rempfer, though. I know that for certain. All right, so what happened there is I think the 7 of Jeff Edgar might have just slightly came up in the 39. But then the 39 saved it. And then the 39 just came down and cut across his nose. Just not a great move there by the 39. He kind of misjudged it. Maybe he thought he was clear. Good job by Sean Langston saving that car when the 39 hit him. And then the 39 just came up the speedway into the 2 machine that was being piloted by... Let me see who's in the 2. That's Benjamin Eaton. He just came up, and there was just nowhere for... Or, excuse me, that was actually the 222 of Dennis Wilder Jr. driving the porn.com machine. And he just absolutely destroyed that car as he came up the racetrack. Wilder, he might be able to continue on, but it does not look the same for Remfors. That car suffered some pretty heavy damage in that one. So that brings out the second caution of this one. Looks like there's only 2 or 3 guys in that. So like I said, really no worse for wear. Now here's the thing. This is right on the edge of the fuel window. So it looks like a lot of guys did come down pit road. Pretty much everyone besides about the top 5 or 6 came down to the pits to get some gas. I think it's the right call. I think at this point in the race, that's the call you make. It's going to be close, though. I think they're going to need probably another caution if they want to make it to the end. They're riding right on that fine line right now. Maybe they won't make it, but I think they're going to need one more caution if we're going to see everyone make it. But I've been wrong before. We will see. Sorry, I take a moment there to drink a little bit of water, and looks like we do have some more cars coming down pit road. I do not know if any of our leaders pitted. Let me check. Yes, they did. It looks like both the Dropping Bombs cars came down, and it looks like both the Amigos stayed out. So varying pit strategies here. I'm going to look back and see where about the cutoff is for cars that didn't pit. It looks like the last car that didn't pit is going to be about 15th place Timothy Skillman. So about half the field came down, half of them didn't. And pretty much what the leaders are banking on is they want this one to go green, is what the leaders are. Yeah, they do want it to go green because they think everyone will run out of gas. But considering these guys came down at lap 9, that would be about 16 lap green flag fuel run. I think everyone who pitted should be good. So for the Amigos out front and the other guys who stayed out, I think they made the wrong call at this point. Unless we get a lot of cautions and they somehow can make it the whole distance in this one. But that doesn't seem likely from what I've seen in the first heat race and what I've seen in this one so far. We'll just have to keep our eye on it and see what happens, though, as we are under our second caution in this one. Strategy has been fun in these heat races, let me tell you what. We have had a lot of different varying strategies. Wild things happen in that first one, and I can already see unfolding again in this one. The Amigos teammates, looks like they're saving gas. They're turning those cars on and off right now. Got to wonder the strategy going through both the Ruiz's heads right now. As I've actually... I had a realization, too, today, that Carlos Ruiz and Diego Romero Ruiz have ran with us for a little while. It just kind of hit me for the first time earlier today that they both had the same last name. And I know it seems so silly, but I never noticed how their last name is Ruiz, so I wonder if there's some relation there. Maybe if they're distant cousins or siblings or something along those sorts. That's something I'm definitely going to have to investigate after this event and see if... maybe I can get some information for that for tomorrow's broadcast. Lights on the pace car go off. We have 1 lap until green flag racing conditions. Here's your top 10 as they run. Carlo Ruiz is in first position. Diego Romero Ramis is in second. Third is Clinus LaBeouf. Fourth is Sean Langston. Fifth is Jeff Edgar. Sixth is Robert Shaw. Seventh is Darren Three-Witt. Eighth is Pedro Luis. Ninth is Lindsey Lyles. And 10th is Aiden McConaughey. Next 5 out would be the 11th place car of Kenneth Carbonell. 12th of Benjamin Eaton. 13th of Danny Chandler, 14th of Timothy Skillman, and then running in 15th, our first car that came down pit road, Tyler McRae. So McRae is the first car that is guaranteed to be good to make it to the end, and that could be a factor as this one wears on. Keep an eye on that. If there's no more cautions, all the guys who pitted, they're going to probably transfer, and everyone who didn't, they're not going to. It's going to be, that really could be the difference in this heat race. Ruiz leads him down into turn number 3. That 22 Mario Brothers machine looks to bring the field to the green flag. First, he has to wait on the iRacing Ford Mustang to pull off and adhere to him as they come off of turn number 4. The iRacing pace car is going to dip down into pit lane. Field is now in the hands of Carlos Ruiz as they come off the corner. He has to wait until that green flag is displayed. It's going to be displayed earlier, too, because he was lagging way back at the pace car. Here they come, and He jumped it a little bit. Green flag in the air. A little bit of a screwy start there. I'm sure race control will have something to say about that one there. One car just absolutely did not get going. I think that's Timothy Skillman. Skillman did not get going whatsoever in the back of the pack, and he held up a lot of those guys who pitted. Here we go up front. It's Ruiz in the lead. On the outside, his teammate Diego Ramirez Ruiz. Here comes Clinus LaBeouf on the inside. That 26 car is help from Sean Langston. Langston gets right up on the bumper of LaBeouf, and LaBeouf is looking for some room now to race for the lead. He has cleared Diego Romero Ruiz. He has any lane he wants. If he wants to try to make a move right here on Carlos, or maybe they just want to keep it in line. Not sure what the strategy is here. I'll be curious to see. Here comes Diego Romero Ruiz now back on the outside with help from Jeff Edgar. So maybe no teammate help here. Maybe the two amigo teammates want to race at it with each other. Here comes that 16 of Diego. He gets a good run off the corner, and he will be battling for second now with LaBeouf. LaBeouf now has the choice. Does he want to dive below the white line and make a risky move, or does he want to stick in line behind the 22? He chooses to stick in line right now as we complete lap number 12 of 25. Carlos Ruiz continues to lead the way around the racing surface. Pretty calm racing right now, not really seeing a lot of opportunity for wrecks. Everyone kind of minding their P's and Q's, which is much to the demise of these guys who didn't pit. They really need another caution, probably need two. Here we go up front. It's going to be Diego Romero Ruiz looking for the top spot. He jumps to the outside now with that help from Edgar. He draws even with his teammate as they head into turn number 3. Carlos on the inside will skate ahead slightly as they head in the corner. He has the shorter way around the racetrack, but Diego on the outside is building up that momentum. You know he's going to get the good run off, especially with all the draft help he's getting from Jeff Edgar right now. Here they come off the corner, and like I said, here comes Diego to the outside. He gets that good run off the corner. It's going to be a drag race back to the start-finish line, but I believe it's going to be Amigo 22 leading at that time by Carlos Ruiz takes that lap. Diego Romero once again draws even with his teammate as they enter the corner, and Edgar is just not quite close enough to Diego, and Diego's not running low enough on the racetrack right now for the outside lane to take the lead, but that time by was a beautiful corner by Diego. Here they come off the corner. That's going to be a heck of a run down the backstretch for Diego Ruiz. Ruiz rips it down the backstretch on the outside. He inches ahead for the time being. If he can get a good 3 and 4, that 16 car might have a real chance of clearing his teammate and taking the lead. Diego Romero Ruiz now continues to work that outside lane. He's just looking for anything that might work here. Not going to be a great exit for him, I believe, this time by as they go 4 wide behind him. Once again, that 333 in a 4 wide situation. She has been where all the action has been this weekend, has been near Lindsay Wild. She has just known what is up. That time by, Ruiz leads it again on the inside lane, but Diego Romero on the outside, making life very challenging. We have a sketchy situation in the back of the pack. We have Aiden McConaughey going below the yellow line, and then we have a wreck. That's probably going to bring out a caution. Should be a caution there, and yes, that will be a caution. I'm trying to find out why. I believe that started with the 2, I almost want to say. That started with the 222, excuse me. Or actually, no, not even the 222. That started with the 18 of Stephen Rex. The 18 of Stephen Rex is where that accident started. And that was a weird bunch-up situation. Stephen Rex just tried to jump to the outside, but the 29 was there. That got his car loose, and then he collected the 222, the 14. It looks like the 84 of Soper was in that one, Hounahan. We also have the 46 in that, Brian Holman. Looking around, seeing anyone else that might have been in it. The 04 of Jalbert might have got a small piece of that one. And yeah, it looks like an unfortunate break there. Who this is a break for, those are leaders who needed that caution. And now the tough decision. Do they stay out and bank on one more caution occurring? Or do they come out in the pits, make sure they're going to make it to the end, and guarantee themselves a chance at least to transfer? And this is a tough choice. Because even with 3 cautions, we saw the last race had 3 cautions, and some guys tried to go the distance, and all of them ran out on the last lap. So that tells us that these guys aren't very far from making it to the distance as they sit right now. They're going to need one more caution, I think, though, or super saving. Like, super saving that I just don't think is reasonable to expect out of them. I think if you're the leaders right now, you just can't bank on that one more caution, especially because there's no cautions within 5 to go. And you probably just have to keep your car out there, take your car to the pits, excuse me, and get your gas, make sure you got the position you want, and that's exactly what we're going to see. The 22 and 16 come down pit road, as do LaBeouf and others. It looks like everyone who didn't pit last time is going to come down this time, and that will set up for an exciting finish here as those guys are going to be trying to make their way back through the field, as this will set up a completely different top 10 now. We're going to get the restart within 10 to go. I think we're going to get the restart with probably about 8 to go. Aquinas LaBeouf has issues getting into his pit stall. He overshot it a little bit. That's going to cost him. He's probably going to lose a few spots due to that error. Looking to see what our top 10 running order is going to be. In first is going to be Tyler McRae. Second is going to be Jose Gaudino. Third is going to be Paul Coleman Jr. Fourth will be Luke Turpin. Fifth will be Ryan Soper, I believe. Yes, that will be Ryan Soper in fifth. Sixth will be Jeremy Leto. Seventh will be Danny Chandler. Eighth will be Steven Rex. Ninth will be Timothy Skillman. And 10th will be Diego Romero Ruiz. This one has been a little bit more of a race of attrition. It looks as though we have about 25 cars still running in competitive condition. Accidents have taken their wear and tear on the field in this one. So to update you guys, I won't have a clear idea of what the field's going to look like till they pass the scoring box and we get an updated scoring order. Just kind of waiting on that right now. We do have some unfortunate cars out of this. Some fast guys still going to have to qualify in the next 2 heat races. Hounahan has damage. He's still out there, but it's going to be hard for him. Alex Gangler, who's ran with us, he's having a tough time right now. That car sits in the pits, done for the event. Same with Darren Snyder. He finished 4th last week at Bristol, sitting on the pits. And Tyler Jalbert, I believe he finished in the top 3 at Bristol, and that car sits in the pits right now. So it's tough skating for some of our good runners here with the XCAL Racing organization. As the lights go off on the pace car, there will be 1 to green this time by. Let me give you an official top 10 rundown now that we know for sure what we're looking at. In first is going to be Tyler McRae. Second will be Jose Gaudino. Third will be Paul Coleman Jr. Fourth will be Luke Turpin. Fifth will be Ryan Soper. Sixth will be Jeremy Leto. Seventh will be Danny Chandler. Eighth will be Steven Rex. Ninth will be Timothy Skillman. And 10th will be Diego Romero Ruiz. Your next 5 looking in will be Carlos Ruiz in 11th. 12th, Sean Langdon. 13th is Pedro Luis. 14th is Lindsey Lyles. And 15th is Aquinas LaBeouf. And we still have 27 cars on the lead lap, although I think that's going to go down to 25. So, yeah, that will be 25 or 24. So 24 guys racing for 10 spots. They all should be good on gas to go to the end. Let's see what we get here. It's going to be Tyler McRae leading them down to the green flag in his Droppin' Bombs Racing number 99 machine. Does McRae have the special sauce to make that machine hang on? And a big question I'm asking is, Luke Turpin with that left front damage, is that car still quick enough to hang with the top 4? Let's see. Here they come down into turn number 3 and 4, led by the iRacing Mustang. Once that Mustang pulls off, McRae must wait until the green flag comes out to choose to go. There is no leader choice at when they go this week. We're making everyone go with the green flag. Here they come off the corner, and now that iRacing Mustang is going to pull off the racetrack. McRae in the 99 leads them down as they all patiently await the green flag. Here they come, and green flag in the air. They are down and away, and it's going to be Tyler McRae with a good jump. Paul Coleman sucks right up to his bumper and gives him a little bit of a bump there. That'll move Coleman up to second. On the outside, Gaudino didn't quite get it going. Now Turpin's going to jump to his inside. Turpin moves up to the 3rd spot. Here comes Paul Coleman. Oh my goodness, Paul, what are you doing? Paul goes under the apron. Paul's going to slide back up the track. He's going to hang on. Oh my goodness, Paul, you just made me almost poop my pants there, and I wasn't even driving the car. Paul Coleman goes for the daring move, but it does not quite work. He's going to slide back into 4th. Paul's going to side draft now with Jose Gaudino in the number 20. Paul Coleman, you didn't know, Paul Coleman's been a long-time runner with the XCAL Racing organization since pretty much its inception. And he had a little bit of a hiatus. He's back now with a new rig, though. Got a brand new wheel, got a brand new computer, all the good stuff. But that move right there, that was very not Paul Coleman. You wouldn't expect to see that out of Paul, but he might have been feeling fast, feeling frisky, wanted to take the lead. This time by the flag stand, there's 7 laps to go. They're 3 wide for the lead, and Luke Turpin barely leads over Tyler McRae at the stripe. Gaudino on the outside continues to hang with the top pair. Here comes Turpin using the side draft with Coleman. He is 3 wide. No, Turpin blinks, and that could have been devastating as the car finally blinks back. He is now on the outside of Tyler McRae. McRae continues to lead from the low line. On the outside, you have Turpin, and on the way outside is Gaudino. Here comes Jeremy Leto to help the 3rd lane. The second car in line in the 3rd lane. On the bottom is Paul Coleman. In the middle, it's Steven Rex. And oh, they're all going to wreck. Nope, they're going to hang on to it. As Gaudino goes around, race control throws the caution as Gaudino wrecks. Looks like everyone is going to be not too bad a shape outside of Steven Rex there. That was a caution that could have been way worse. And I'll tell you what, if Tyler McRae and Luke Turpin weren't two talented race car drivers like they are, and I mean those are two of the more talented guys in this league, that would have been a bad wreck with the whole lead pack. But luckily, McRae and Turpin both have a ton of talent. Both those guys really know what they're doing behind the wheel of a race car, and they were able to hang on. That could have been a lot worse, though. And let me see what actually happened there with Godino. So what happened there was the 18 of Steven Rex gave Turpin a little bump there. Turpin got in the 99, and then I don't know what happened. It's like the 18 just thought they were going to wreck on the bottom side, and he came up the racetrack into the 20 and sent the 20 around. And luckily, the 20 really is the only car that got bad out of that. The 20 car got some damage. That's not great for him. But everyone else managed to pretty much hang on. I see the 36 was in that of Pedro Luis. Pedro kind of did a power slide, though, and kept that machine facing the right way. And also, Steven Rex, I'm not sure if they're going to penalize him for that caution. That's borderline. But his car, he really didn't get too much more damage than he already had after that one. So, really only lost Godino out of that one. This restart is going to come within 5 laps to go. That means no more cautions after this one, as we are certainly in store for another exciting restart here. I'll be curious to see how Race Control deems this caution, because the way XCAL works is if you cause a caution, you are given a black flag. So if you cause a yellow, you're given a black flag. Then if you cause a second yellow, you're disqualified. I'll be curious to see if Race Control saw enough there on Rex to give him a black flag, or if they're going to call that one a racing deal. That's a tough call, I think, for Race Control Aaron Hillbush, considering the circumstances of it. We'll have to see, though, what they have to say. And Thomas Hounahan is going to be black flagged. Maybe there was another wreck that I was not aware of. Okay, Steven Rex also did get black flagged. I'm not sure what the black flag for Hounahan was about. I'm trying to see what happened with him. It looks like under caution he was involved in something. Oh yeah, under caution. He just was not paying attention, and he absolutely drove over the 3 car and put the 222 in the wall. Tough break there for Hounahan, but you got to be more up on your wheel under caution there. So that's why Race Control gave him the black, and Rex was also black flagged for causing the yellow that came out itself. Alright, so now that we're all clear on all of that good stuff, at this time by they should be gaining 1 to green, and I'll update you on your top 10 runners when they cross the flag stand. Those of you just tuning in, this is heat race number 2 of 4 for XCAL Racing's 400-like event on Facebook tomorrow evening. That race will have a $325 purse, the biggest purse XCAL Racing has ever put up. Sponsors for that event include Telesign TV and the First and 15 Sports Talk. Here they come, white flag in the air, 1 lap till we go back green. There will be 3 to go when they get the green flag, and here's how the top 10 runs. Luke Turpin in first, second Tyler McRae, third Paul Coleman Jr., fourth Jeremy Leto, fifth Carlos Ruiz, sixth Diego Romero Ruiz, seventh Sean Langdon, eighth Lindsey Wiles, ninth Aquinas LaBeouf, and 10th Aiden McConaughey. The next 5 out are going to be Benjamin Eaton in 11th, Pedro Buenos in 12th, Ryan Soper in 13th, 14th Kenneth Carbonell, and 15th Jeff Edgar, as we still have 26 runners on the lead lap. 3 to go at the flag stand. We have some of XCAL's best doing it out for this one. Luke Turpin and the 99 of Tyler McRae, 2 guys who are no strangers to running up front in an XCAL Racing event. Turpin, the win leader for the year of 2020 for XCAL Racing, and McRae, he's won a few times himself this year as well, so certainly no strangers to running up front. That's why they were able to not wreck theirs. They both just know what they're doing. Let's see if they know what they're doing here as they race with 3 laps to go. Who gets it done here? Well, maybe Paul Coleman Jr. steal one of these heat races. I'll be curious to see. They come off turn number 3 down into turn number 4. The iRacing Ford Mustang leads them down. Remember, the leaders must go on the green flag. Turpin slows the field down a little bit more to his liking as that Ford Mustang makes the hard left-hand turn. The field is now in the hands of the 454. Here we go, coming down to the green flag, and it is waved. Green flag in the air, they're down and away, and Turpin on the inside got a decent start, but so did McRae on the outside. They stay about dead even as they cross the stripe. McRae now inches up next to the 454. It is a dead heat for that top spot. Let's see what the 66 of Coleman does here as they head down into 1. Coleman gets underneath the 99 of McRae. He's going to pull right up to the bumper of that 454. Let's see if Coleman can make a move here and maybe steal this thing. Coleman drives that thing off the corner as Turpin opens up a huge lead on the second and third place cars. That's not good because they're all going to get a big run on them, you know, now. Here comes the 99 McRae. He drives right back into the 454. Turpin with a nice block. They all hang on. These guys are all in transfer spots. They don't need to be racing this hard right now, but don't tell them that. They're going to go just harder. Here we go. McRae peeks to the outside. Nothing doing there. Jeremy Leto is the first car on the outside, and Leto pulls to the outside of the 99. Leto pulls that car up nice and tight to Tyler McRae. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go this time by, and it's anybody's race. Leto on the outside now pulls up door even with Luke Turpin. Jeremy Leto just looking for any room he can get. These guys are running tight right now. I don't think they're all going to make it around 2 more laps. Here they come. It's Jeremy Leto on the outside, Turpin on the inside. Leto pinches the 454 down to the inside lane, and Leto off the corner with a huge run. Leto takes the lead down the backstretch. Can he hang on? Jeremy Leto in the 86 continues to lead as they go 3 abreast behind them. And oh, they make contact. The 86 gets into the 454. They all hang on. They all keep them going, and they're still side by side for the lead. I don't know how they saved those cars, but they are side by side about to go 4 wide for the lead as they come to the white flag. It's Leto on the outside, Turpin on the inside, and a whole mess of race cars behind them. Here comes McRae with a wild 3 wide move. McRae shoots the gap. McRae makes it work as they go 4 wide behind him. No way this is going to work. 1 car gets loose and spins. There we go. They're wrecking now. It's a 2-horse race for the win. It's going to be McRae versus Leto. Who's going to get it? Here we go. There's a couple cars behind them. I don't think they're close enough to make a move. Let's see who's going to get it this time by at the stripe. They come. It's Leto right in the tire tracks of the 99 of McRae. When and where will Leto make his move? Does he jump down low now, or does he wait till turn 4? Leto jumps to the inside. Here comes Jeremy Leto. He has the nose in. He slides up the racetrack. He gets into McRae, and Jeremy Leto was removed from the server. I am very confused what happened there. Jeremy Leto was removed from the server, and Tyler McRae is going to win the heat race. Second is a great battle going on. Aiden McConaughey's on the inside, and on the outside, it looks like it's going to be Diego Ramirez Ruiz. Let's see who got that position. It's going to be Aiden McConaughey in second, Diego Ruiz in third, Dennis Wilder in fourth, Clinus LaBeouf in fifth, Brad Galogli in sixth. Seventh is going to be Timothy Skillman. Eighth is going to be Jonathan Langham. Ninth is going to be Pedro Buenos. And 10th is going to be Ryan Soper as your final car transferring. I'm going to be curious to hear what they have to say about what happened there with Jeremy Leto. We will hear from our race winner here momentarily, Tyler McRae. He will be brought into the team speak. I'm not sure what happened there with the 86 of Leto. He didn't cause that last accident, at least from what I saw. I am very, very confused, especially with the decision to remove him as he was racing for the lead coming off of turn 4. That was interesting. I'll be curious. I'm sure there's a reason. Race control never does anything for no reason. Race control typically has a rhyme and a reason for just about everything. But that one right there, I cannot quite wrap my head around right now. I am not sure why that decision was made. We'll try to update you that as soon as possible. We're going to try to get Tyler McRae in here, though, in a moment. And I see him now. So we go down to victory lane, and we pull Tyler McRae into victory lane. And Tyler, a heck of a run there. I'll tell you what, that move you made coming to the white flag where you split the gap in between those 2 drivers had me on the edge of my seat. I wasn't sure if you were going to make it work, but you did. Tell me what you saw there when you made that move.
Man, that was 2 of us. I didn't think I was going to make that work either. I don't know. I had a run, and the guy kind of blocked a little bit, and Luke gave me enough room, so I put it in there. It was kind of crazy, I guess, because we already made the race. But if you checked up any, you're going to get past because the rest of the group was coming. But that was a lot of fun. I didn't think I was going to win this one.
No, and the battle with you and Turpin with about 10 to go, when you guys were racing in turn 3 and 4 and Turpin got the contact from the 18 that sent him down into you guys, how did you guys both manage to hang on to your race cars there? Because that was another one where I thought you two were just junk.
He come across my nose, and it was actually my teammate that bumped him kind of hard. I found out afterwards, and I checked up out the gas because if I'd have stayed in the gas, I'd have wrecked both of us. So, sometimes it's better to lose a spot and stay in the race than try to, be the guy on the right or something.
100%. And also, I do want to ask you, we did not get an update here on what the situation was with the 86 of Jeremy Leto. Do you know why he was removed from the server, just for our viewers?
I think it was an accident. I believe from my talking to him a little bit, I was going to get muted, possibly, is what it sounds like, and then he accidentally removed him.
Oh, wow, that is... We were wondering what happened, because, I mean, he was on your inside, it looked like it was going to be a photo finish there, and then he just disappeared, and we were like, what?
Well, I like Jeremy. I think he's a hard racer, and yeah, he had a good run, but I was kind of talking to him a little bit about bumping me in the middle of the corner 3-4 times, and I know we don't supposed to talk, but, it's just an instinct sometimes.
100%, Tyler. Well, before I let you go and celebrate with your team about your heat race victory, who'd you got to thank? Any sponsors, teammates, and crew you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank Dropping Bombs Racing, man. Steve, John, Art, and Art's already in it. He made it in the first race, so congratulations, Art. And Cal, he runs with us when he can. Then my old school teammates who are still with me, we just run outside XCAL. Craig, Rance, and Matt, I want to thank them. And, thank the good Lord for letting us come out here and have some fun.
All right, Tyler. Well, best of luck to you in tomorrow's feature, and hopefully keep it up, man.
All right. Thank you all for all you do.
All right, so that was the heat race winner there, Tyler McRae, and that'll pretty much wrap up things here. So we'll figure out what happened there with Jeremy Leto, and in heat race number 3, I'm sure I'll have a good answer for you, but that will wrap up the broadcast. Once again, I'm PDJ Zeller. That was heat race number 2 for the XCAL Racing League. Facebook like 400 race tomorrow, and on behalf of Telesign TV, Tanner Kalin, and all of us here, thank you for watching. See you soon.